back at it. Going to start on the transfer case. I'm not going to video me doing everything, but just kind of explain it. So we got the pinion, right? I'm going to put it in here, and we got, you know, each race, and I'm just going to use this snap-on thing. We have, you know, this race goes in here. I'll pound it in and flip it, and then this race is going to go in here. And then you put it in on this, right? And then you have the crush sleeve right here, which I'm going to try and reuse. You can see it's already crushed a little bit. Toyota discontinued this crush sleeve. So if you ever take this apart and you don't have a new crush sleeve, I'll see if you can reuse it. But they have discontinued this. I have 2 extra crush sleeves that I'm talking to a company about making a solid spacer. But we'll see. I'm just going to go, and then the torque spec's like 70 foot-pounds with the tool. So if I do this, yeah, if I do this with the 70 foot-pounds, and then the spacing and the preload is correct with just this, I'm going to reuse the sleeve and it'll be perfect. And then, you know, you obviously got to use a new nut because it's knocked in. I have all that, and I'm just reusing all the bearings and everything. So if I can get this to work with this, that'd be awesome. So we'll see if it works out. We'll just start on this and at least try and get this tail shaft together, and then after that I'll start working on this thing and get that back together, and then we can put the tail shaft into there. But I don't have to check everything because everything's going back the way it was, so I don't have to like put the stuff on the teeth and all, because I'm using the same spacing, same everything. So just put it back together. I just took it apart, the powder coat. So start going on it. So I got that pounded in, both races on both sides, and then I was cleaning this and I saw something kind of interesting here. Let's see if I can get it to focus. But it says 65 plus 100. I'm going to research that, what that means exactly. Maybe my shims, maybe that's like the shim size or whatever it was using, but that was on there. So now we got, put this on here, and that's how it goes. I'll put a little oil on it before I put the final. I just clean them off. Then you put this bearing on here, and when you put the nut on, that presses the bearing on to that shaft. But before I put the bearing on, hold on, you got to put this in. So then this sleeve goes like this, and you can see it races, or it sits on that inner race, and then this is going to go here, and it's going to sit on that inner race. All right, so then we got it tight. I actually didn't adjust it, just the angle. And I go, click, 72 foot. So that's tight the spec. I actually tested it, it was too soft. So I had to give it a 5-degree turn. And now it seems right on. So I actually had to squeeze the sleeve just slightly. And here, I'll show you guys. Zero it out. Supposed to be 1.1. Go real slow. 1.1 to 2. See, it's like right at 1.1. Do it again. 1.3 or so. Do it again. I mean, it's right there. It's like perfect. 1.1. That's it. 1.1 to 2 on the reused bearing. That's it. I got the 2 clay cases cleaned out. I got this cleaned out. That's obviously need to be cleaned, and in these cases, real quick, I put in a new seal here. It's a brand new seal. I put in a brand new seal here for the selector, right? And I was just going to tell you about this, but I was just going to put it in, say I put it in, but then I remembered I got the special service tool for some reason. It was really cheap. This is pretty cool. You know, it fits in, and then so this is made so you can put it on in the car, right? And it fits in there perfect. And it would fit around if the tail shaft was in there. It Doing this one-handed. This is awesome. A little bit more maybe. Pull this off. Oh no, a little more, I see it. We can go more. A little more. That's probably pretty good. Pull this off. And there you go. That was easy. That thing is perfect. Because it just fits inside this sleeve, that like bearing, whatever. So that was the easiest seal install I've ever done with this thing. That's nice. So we got that. Then I got the gasket kit. You got this O-ring. Goes here when that comes time. So that's all ready. And this O-ring goes on this that we just got done. I still got to stake this, but to test it I want to put it in without the O-ring, so I'll leave this to the side, but eventually that goes in this groove right here. I'll leave that to the side. This is the drain plug. This goes in the top here on that plug. This paper gasket obviously goes around this thing. And this is the seal on the side, which goes here. But I need to wait on this until I'm done messing with the preload on that. So there's all the gaskets. And now I'll start putting in the races. I got, this is that adjustable race for this one. So as you can see, oh no, yeah, it's on this, it's all threaded. So I need to put this in and thread it back in. There it goes. I'll thread it all the way back in and I'll pound the race in. Then I need to put the tool in, thread it back out, and preload it. So I'll get going on this. Special service tool came in handy here. Again, my snap-on kit was too small, so I got that race pounded in. And I'm going to do the other side here in a second. So I took the transfer gear out, obviously had it all apart. I separated it, and I took out the viscous coupling, and now I'm putting it back together for a test fit to get the preload. And when I took it apart, I made engraving right there, and now I gotta find where I engraved it right here. So I'll spin this to tighten it up to that point, and I'll see if that's the preload I need to spin it. If not, I'll have to do a whole nother rotation because I know it's got to line up there. So there's a special service tool, but I don't have it, so I just got this plate of aluminum, which it'll fit in like that in between some teeth, right? And then just going to, I don't think I can do it, but oh yeah, I got it. I can do it one-handed. I'll just do that and spin it till that reaches that, and a little bit here, a little bit more, and right there. So that should be, it's either that, let me move it and see if there's free play up and down. That can't be it. See how it's moving? So another whole revolution. So I got to right here and it got hard, so that's basically how much preload there is. Like I can tell you it just started touching the diff, or not the diff but the bearings. So that much of a turn is how much preload you need basically. So I tested and it was a little soft, so as you can see I had to turn it just a little bit extra, right? And I know it's 1.1 from last time I did it, so 2.2 to 4.2. perfect. So here's the locking snap ring. That obviously goes into those little things and keeps it from spinning. And you put this end in one of these grooves so it can't backspin in and out. I'll do that now. Safety snap rings all in. Now I'll put the what the front right axle goes into, and that's just held in by this little snap ring. That's all in. Then you got this seal. A lot of people think this is like the axle seal, but what's funny is on the axle that actually goes in here, there's a little O-ring, and that's your actual seal. This seal is just for this thing that spins, but then the axle goes in and there's another little O-ring seal that goes right here. So I'll install this now. Just lay down the sealant bead. I'm gonna put this together and seal it up now. So I got all the RTV set and I peeled off the extra. I started putting this on and realized I'm short a couple bolts, so I gotta buy some ARP bolts. But I'm gonna put on the selector stuff here. Got the collar in, got this one torqued to 12 foot-pounds, the rod's in, put the selector in with the E-clip and this rubber grommet. So now it's time to put in the detent for the selector, this plug where you torque this down, and then I'm waiting on bolts to do this. Transfer case is 100% buttoned up. We got the tail shaft, or whatever this thing is called, tail shaft cover, all ARP hardware. Got the deflector shield on. This is on with RTV, and that cap's on. Got all this cap stuff on. So it's 100% here. Check it out. This thing is 100% done and ready to go into the car. So there you have it, guys. One step closer.